promotions. A lot of people have been connected to this club for many, many years, and we've only lost 2 people this year, Tina and Terry. And a lot of people were affected by that as well. I mean, Tina had been involved in this club for many, many years, and Terry, well, if you ever met Terry, he was Mr. Winchester, really. I didn't want this opportunity not to go and just talk about them. They are gone, but they will never be forgotten in this club. Moving on from that, as I said to last season when I took over as chairman, the 2 main things we wanted to achieve. Firstly, to be competitive as a club on the pitch, and I think we did that phenomenally well. And secondly, was to build something that we could all be very strong community-based off the pitch as well. That process is starting to work very, very nicely. Things that have gone on in the Winchester City Youth, the Winchester Flyers, which have over 750 players in the city, are getting closer to the club, which means that we're going to hopefully build over the next 3 to 5 years the biggest community sporting club in the city. The key element to that is the 3G pitch. There'll be some big movements this year on the 3G pitch. We've had meetings with the FA on raising finance. We've got a subcommittee that's been headed up by Paul Murray, which next year will be looking to really push that on. That is the key to longevity of this club, is to make sure that the community aspect is really looked after as we go through. As well as being successful on the pitch, it's important the structure of the club continues in that way as well. There are so many thank yous at the right list, so I hope I haven't forgotten you. Matchday helpers, Margaret, Lynn, Clash, Judy, Sally, Judith and Dave Green, again, phenomenal jobs. I mean, you know, these people, without them, it just wouldn't happen. So, you know, again, thank you to all of those. The first team coaching staff, Sean, who came into the club halfway through, I think made a big difference. I'm sure the boys would agree with that. I know David certainly believes that as well. I want to thank Pete for his time as well. I mean, Pete doesn't get paid anything. When he goes and scouts the games. I mean, if you look at some of the performances on the first team that have been done this year, it's a commitment from the players and obviously from the coaching team. But some of the things that Pete's done and picked up on things, I always remember the Siren Sister game here in the FA Cup. The boys know what I'm probably talking about. Where there was a tactical change made in the middle part where Silva came in at number 10, just changed the whole dynamic of that, and that's been worked on all youth and reserve coaches. So Jada, Dazza, Ken and Jamie, thank you again for all your time. It's been great working with all the fans as well. There are ones here today as well. I mean, I know Davo makes a big thing of that and lots of his stuff on social media and stuff as well. We are the biggest club. We'd like to be bigger. We'd like to get bigger attendances. That's something we want to work on. All we have got is a real commitment. And what I love about it is the positivity. You know, you look at some other clubs that are involved, some of the negativity stuff as well, that are written online about things as well. All we've got is a positive vibe. And I think that comes across from the fans. And some of the key things, one of the key things for me last year was the Torquay game. I was in the director's box. And funny enough, the director's box at Torquay's behind the goal, so you faced the Winchester City fans. So it was myself, Paul, Dave, all sitting there as well. And it was quite incredible watching that for the whole game, really. It made us very, very proud as well. So thank you again for all your support. All our sponsors, again, without these, we wouldn't have a club. Simply Health, A&A Business, HP Contract, Safe and Sound, Happy Hot Tubs, Wilkins Kennedy, Holiday Inn, Shorewood Homes and Wintax. We have new sponsors coming into the club that Matt's been working really hard with. We've got Doswell Projects joining us, Dutton Gregory Solicitors, Steelwell Solicitors, Charters coming on board, and there are more to come as well. So, you know, again, anybody who wants to get involved with this club, you know, from that point of view, it would be lovely to talk to you on that sort of side of things as well. I want to thank the players, from me as chairman. Phenomenal what we did on the pitch, you know, throughout the group as well. But I just want to talk about the standards that we set yourself off the pitch. I mean, credit to you, but also credit to the club. We're proud to actually call you our players, because I think, you know, just watching you, time for the fans, time for the committee members, time all the way through. There's a respect throughout the club. Now, I think, you know, leadership and, you know, Gaffer does expect that from people, but, you know, for you to see that, there's no prima donnas in the group. It's good lads that are enjoying what they're doing and hopefully moving forward as well. So thank you to you guys as well. And lastly, to the Gaffer Craig. So when Dave brought him in, he was under proviso, wanted to go down a new direction. I think when Paul left, Paul Masters left, probably went off sync a little bit as a club. And the key objective was to find somebody who had a bit of youth on their side, had played a good standard, and that's not up for debate at all, but also had passion and enthusiasm to take it to the next level. And you know, what Craig has demonstrated since I've been chairman has been phenomenal. There's nothing he wouldn't expect anybody to do wouldn't do himself. He leads by total example, and I think, you know, the boys will agree, but everybody in the group, you know, again, the time and effort he puts in has been phenomenal. We didn't win anything, we didn't get promoted. We're winners, so we know that's not good enough, that's what we want to try to work on. But it's an exceptional season, an exceptional season. And I think it was an opportunity for me just to say thank you to Craig as well. So what we've done is we've just got a montage of photos that we put together for the Torquay game, which captures some of the players, the fans, but also a little bit for Craig to Craig, if you come up and grab that, that'd be great. Firstly, you'd be pleased to know my bit of paper is a little bit smaller than earlier. So I'll keep it nice and brief. But before I start, actually, I think a big thank you also to Elliot, who's actually welcomed all the guys who have joined new to the 16s. And I think really set the tone and created a culture of what's trying to do one club. So look, round of applause for Elliot. There's a really exciting group here in the what was the under 16s. We came into the beginning of the season with a goal really of improving on last season. So last season there were a lot of the team came from the Winchester youth side, Hampshire Cup winners, finished third in the league, and that was the line we set that we had to improve. Looking back on the season now, Hampshire Cup winners yet again, League Cup winners this time, and runners up in the league. So I think you'd agree that's an improvement and step on from what they were last season. And that progression is exactly what we're looking for. So I know Daz is quite excited now about the year teams, because we talked about the new challenge he's got to do the treble as the minimum standard there. This, I think, has been the headline of the season. But it's not about winning the trophies, it's about the way you win. And the boys really have set their stall out and achieved success in the right way. The Hampshire Cup, for example, they didn't concede a goal in the whole tournament. And that's quite an achievement. But the conduct of the players, the way they turned up to train, they really did train like they play. And that's the standard that we wanted as a player. So again, we asked all the parents and spectators to vote for this. It was quite a close thing, a couple of front runners. But the winner was a player who for me, again, just sets the standard. Plays football the right way, the ball's on the floor, quick movement, and that player is George Bishop. His manager's player. So myself, Ryan, Dada, Jada, Jamie, all got together and talked about this one. And this was a really tough one. If you look at metrics, one player not here tonight, Kai Henderson. So he scored 30 goals in all competitions. The next player was Gus, who had 20. But Kai also had the highest assist level, with 13 assists in the season as well. But actually, that's only one measure of success in the game. Because to have the assist, to have the goal, everybody behind you's got to be doing the right thing too. The player we decided on was a player who everybody was, I think, just impressed by attitude, about conduct, and about actual performance on the pitch. An absolute tank, I think everybody would agree, Harry Mann. So round of applause to players. Second one is to the parents, actually, because the parents, again, it's that transition from youth football to adult football. So parents start to understand that line of letting go and letting the boys be boys. But they've been really supportive of that and supported every game and really tried to support everything we've done as a Manfred group. So thank you to the parents. The club also, actually, and it's surprising to me, standing on the sidelines on a Sunday, with the amount of people who are involved in the club are there to support the team. There was as many people from the club on the same side as the parents themselves. And I think that's testament to everybody that's in the club trying to create that atmosphere. So that's fantastic to see. Thanks also to Ryan, who of course is not here tonight. He did send me something to read out, but you'd probably have to take the rest of the weekend for me to get through it. This player, we've got the spectators player, and then the manager's player. Okay. So the first one we'll do is players player. So this player was new to the group,
had played in the lesser division last season, and I've got to say, just ate up the opportunity. Came in and just from day one set a new bar, and that player is Josh Gordon.
Yesterday, so I'm playing with I'm just going to wing it and hope for the best. Obviously, I'll run over our season and then we'll move into the things. You don't want to hear me talk for too long. If we're talking football terms, I suppose our season was like a game of two halves. First part of the season, great squad, winning every game, unbeaten, and then unfortunately, we came to the halfway point. We lost, obviously, didn't lose him, but he was Ryan obviously fell ill, so that was a big loss for us. So me, Elliot and Jane had to step up. We also lost a few players. One lad lost to us, he wanted to concentrate on studies, one wanted to swim for his country, a couple of long-term injuries, and then one lad decided to get banned for about a year. So even though we were probably left with about 8 or so under 18 lads that we started with, I think it showed detriment to the players. Obviously, we had a sticky patch for about a month where we lost a few games, but then we turned it around with the help of the under 16 lads. Obviously, we were stepping up to under 80s this season. And yeah, we pushed it around down to the last couple of games of the season. A couple of games here where sort of some referees decided to help us out, give penalties that weren't penalties, but we can do so. But we still pushed it in the season. Obviously, we didn't win anything. We set out that we wanted to win at least one trophy, because especially with the group of lads we had here, we thought they were definitely good enough to win something. But we still finished second, and I think even though we lost our last few games as well, and still finished second, shows how good our start of the season was. And especially there was one game, the Floodlit Cup in the semi-final, played against Sparshot College, who are a group of lads who trained together Monday to Friday, and then obviously we pushed them all the way to I think 9 minutes extra time, which was nice. The referee had that on for us, and they scored a scream of a free kick in the last minute. So it's a bit of a killer, but that's what it is. But I'm very proud of the boys, especially the lads, 18s who had left, who kept battling on. There's also another game, we played FC Stodham. We had 10 men up until just before kick-off. One of our lads decided he wanted to ride his bike to the game, and he turned up just as it kicked off. But we still won the game 2-1, and I think that shows the group of lads we have who kept togetherness, that when we do play, they keep going. So yes, that's our season basically. These players, obviously that's decided by myself, Jada, and Ryan. And this lad has a top attitude. He has always through the season, hard worker, always wanted to learn, always wanted to get better. Sometimes he kicks himself because he sets himself such high expectations. So I know he's been involved with the Resis. I know there's plans for him to do that, and he is an exciting prospect. So the coach player is Jacob Brown. The leader of our group of players. He's our captain. Absolutely outstanding for us. Attitude again, work rate. He's there all the time. Really pushes on, and some games he's won the game for us and really drove us on. So our player is Frano.
Thank you. Before I get onto the trophies, I'll be waffling on. Big thank you to, there's only one here I think today, but Sally and all the ladies that do the food for us. They know that I don't like spicy foods, and they still produce spicy food, but they always make me a burger or something like that because that's the sort of people that they are. But the big thanks to them for, win, lose or draw, they're always nice smiley faces for us to come and appreciate the food that we've got, which, I've played for a few teams. There's not always as nice as that, I can assure you. So any of you youngsters who think that's what it's like, it's not, and a few people will back that up. Real nice, friendly people to serve us the food afterwards. So very grateful for that, Sally, and the rest of the people that do that. Big thank you to all of the committee again, who again support us all of the time and financially, and are always there for us and supporting. allied to the fans as well. I think the relationship between the players and all of the fans, again, is quite special. As Elliot said, it's not a massive, it's not a massive group. There's 150, 200 or whatever we've got. But away from home, we have 20, 25, 30 people there clapping you off after every game, whether we, again, win or lose or draw. They're always there supporting, and again, that's not something that happens very, very much. So any supporters that are here or that hear what I've said, massive thanks to them, because they've been superb. So I think lads, just give them a round of applause today. Obviously a few awards to give out. We've got the players player, supporters player. Top goal scorer's not here, so I'm not going to give that one out today.
Good always.
Ollie's running a bit too late. Honourable. Young player. Is that it? Manager player. Yeah. So we've got those awards to give out in a minute. Just before I do that, I just want to say a few words, a few thank yous, which reiterate some of what Elliot said. First of all, though, I want to say from my perspective a big thanks to Elliot. He's been absolutely superb for me this year. A mutual appreciation society, but he's been absolutely fantastic. Taking over from an institution, should we say?
Yeah.
But, and you've made the place a happy place to be, and I think everyone would agree it's a good place to be and for us to play our football and everything like that. So I think he definitely deserves a big round of applause from everyone. It's my job to talk about the first team. I think we've had a brilliant season, and I'll go on to that in a minute. But it's also, from my point of view, I'm in regular contact with all of the youth staff, and obviously keep my eyes on the youth teams and playing in the reserve games as well, just to sort of see how the lads are progressing and to see the 16s, how well they've done, and the trophies that they've won and the football they played. I mean, I came to been to a couple of games, but I came to the game at Eastleigh when they played Handball, who fancied themselves a little bit, and I thought the football that was played on that day was absolutely first class. So brilliant to see that, and for me as a manager of a team which we haven't got the funds, unfortunately, of other teams, we do need to build and develop youngsters. So to see them coming through the pipeline, and hopefully, if you keep me in the job, I might be able to see them start coming through into the first team over time. I'm very confident that they will. They're very, very good. Similarly with the 18s, slightly disappointing in the end how it ended, but again, it's not really about winning. Everybody wants to win, but youth football is not really necessarily about winning. It's about development and pushing people on. And the fact that them and also into the reserves, where we've had a pretty good season. Bearing in mind it's such a young team, and we've been playing on Saturdays where they've got some teams are putting out full first teams, and we're just going and sending the kids out there to play in games, and they've progressed and done really well. So to finish third or fourth in that league with some good clubs in there is also testament to what we're doing. But aside from the results, the fact that we've had 18 lads now, so 18 lads that are under the age of 18 involved in the first team squad at this season in any of the games, I think is remarkable, and it's certainly not something that other clubs do. So the fact that we've done that, for me, aside from the wins and the results that we've picked up in the youth games, is fantastic. So I think a round of applause for pretty much everything to dish out as well, which is the reserve player of the year. Lot of soul searching. Decided against giving it to myself, but I'm tempted, but I just decided not to do it. A lot of players, as I said, from the youth have gone and played in the reserves, and I think we've had a really good season. What we've also done, and what we will continue to do, is with the young players, and you'll see that as you develop through your career, we look to try and loan players out as well and get some experience at Wessex 1 or Wessex Premier level. Go away, come back, and every time they go away, I'm on the phone to managers all the time, getting updates, finding out how they're doing, and I expect them to represent me and the club properly. And when they've played in their games, they'll come back, and hopefully in the reserve games, you'll see the development that they've come and how much they've improved. And we've had, I think Dylan Manifold went out, Mark Foley, Ant Croucher, Fabio's gone out into Limited. All of these players have gone out and done really well, and more importantly, have represented the club really well. So that's fantastic. But it's also improving and developing their game and showing how well they're playing at the end of the season when they're playing some of the reserve games later on in the season. So my reserve team player is for time spent both in the reserves but also on loan where they were also outstanding at Ringwood, and that's Anne Croucher. Young Player of the Year. Now this is difficult because we've got, again I had to choose against voting myself on this one. We've got a very young team, a lot of players that are sort of 21 and under, got a few that are slightly older, but certainly no ancient players that are legs have gone. Other than the veteran gone. So yeah, it's a difficult one to decide on. But this player has worked with me now for a couple of years. Is still young, is developing. Maybe moving on to higher levels this summer, but I've no doubt will still be part of what we do here, and will probably work with us again in the future, or work with me again in the future, hopefully. But my award for Young Player of the Year goes to Joe Cook. First team-wise, I think we've had a brilliant season. I think at the start of the season, I'm Mr. Confident, so I fancy us to, if I sign a player, I think they're going to be the best player in the world, and I can work with them, and we can do really well. And I thought we would do well. I don't think there's many people that thought we would be anywhere near the playoffs this year, outside of this, this group. To do what we've done, and the run that we were on, and some of the games that we played, and the standard of football that we played this year, I think everybody's enjoyed watching it. I think everybody's enjoyed playing it, and I've been immensely proud in the dugout to watch my team or our team going out and producing the sort of performances that we did. To be the second top scorers in the league by some distance, I think we're the third best goal difference. Again, is a measure of how well we've beaten some of the teams and some of the football that we've played. We record equaling FA Cup run to get to the fourth qualifying round, and obviously we had the Torquay game, which was a fantastic achievement for all of us and a good day. I think we all enjoyed it. Obviously, we got well beaten in the end, 4-1. But when you look at the fact that they've gone on to win the Conference South with pretty much the same team and been battering teams left, front, and centre, the fact that we went there and put up a good show and certainly didn't disgrace ourselves was absolutely first class. So to have that was fantastic. Unfortunately, that did have a little bit of an impact on our league run. We were doing really well at the start, then we had the FA Cup and we dropped some points where maybe we should have, probably a bit unlucky at times, but also maybe our minds were a bit elsewhere. Didn't win for 8 or 9, 10 games or something, and that ultimately cost us, because after that, once we went out, and then we from January, or the start of January to the end of the season, we were the third best points out of everybody in there. So there's no doubt about it, we were good enough to be in them playoffs. So I feel it, being a bit of a perfectionist, as a bit of a failure in the end because we didn't get in there. But the fact that all of the stats I've reeled off, I think the boys have done absolutely brilliant. And to go to the last game, go to Cinderford and be a width of a post away from being in the club. Don't feel sorry, Sim. Sorry, he's agreed to stay next year, so he's okay. Otherwise, I'll be back. But yeah, so the fact that we were a whisker away from being in the playoffs, which I think we deserved. Everyone says you finished where you deserve in the league, but there are some factors that do impact on that. So I think it's been a fantastic season, and I'm so grateful to the lads for all the effort that they put in, the sacrifices that they make. They're always at training pretty much, with the exception of the odd situation here and there which we knew about, but pretty much everyone's at training, and the effort that they put in is absolutely top draw. So big thanks to me from the players. I think that's brilliant. As I said, supporters player. We're going to go to supporters player first.
Yeah.
Supporters player was voted by, obviously, as it sounds like, the supporters that came in and voted over the couple of games. Over a couple of games. So it was quite close, I believe. I'm not surprised. The same on all of the awards that we're going to give out. There's so many players that could have got, and I just feel sad that I can't dish out one to everyone. But the winner of the supporters player was
Captain Fantastic, Jamie Barry.
Obviously obviously this is voted anonymously by the players. I put the votes out there. I did do it after they'd come back from Cardiff, so they'd had a long weekend, so I could have swayed the votes. Heavy D got it. But yeah, no, the players play again. It was very close. It was spread out. There's quite a few that could have won it. And as I said, it was very close. But this person, I could have easily voted for manager's player. I'm sure the supporters could have easily given him supporters player of the year. It goes to a player who has been at the club for a long time. That's going to give it away. I personally think has been faultless almost all the way through the season. And you have players that kind of dip up and down and are 8s and 9s out of 10 and maybe a 4 or 5. This player is always minimum 7 and more often than not best player on the pitch and deserves the award. So I'm really pleased that he's got it, and it's Danny Cook. Award is the manager's player, so this is it's nice to be able to dish this one out, especially it's not always about just ability or how many goals you scored or whatever you've done. It's about the whole package of how hard they work, how well they play, what sacrifices they put in to play for you and stuff like that. And this guy deserves this, absolutely. I was at Fleet before Winchester for a long time, and he's come from Fleet, travels probably the longest distance, has been brilliant this season. I think he had a pretty good season last year, but this season he must have been close on supporters player, because I know the supporters there absolutely love him, and he totally thoroughly deserves the award, and that's Simba, manager's player. Nearly there. Last couple of thank yous. Firstly to Pete, as Elliot said, his scouting reports are absolutely second to none. He's like the encyclopedia of football, and when he comes out and he's only got 15 out of 16 right in the squad for the team that we're playing, he's disappointed, and we're all disappointed in him. That's something really. So, the fact that he's, the effort he goes to, all unpaid, goes incognito, so he won't get a ticket on the gate even. So he's got a hat and glasses and a moustache on or something. But he's always right. That's what he puts it on. He draws it on. Byron. He's but big thanks to Pete, who's been with me for a long time now, and long may that continue. So thanks, Pete. Red. Everybody look at Pete. Good story about that. We've got a big ladder all over when we're at an auction. It was quite a big game, quite an important game. We needed to win to stay in the playoffs, and we always do something to try and lighten the load. And Pete was outside, and I said, right, when he walks in, we're going to give him a big round of applause. In he comes, the lads are going, wow! We've never seen anyone go as red as Pete. That's him. Thanks, Pete. Much appreciated. Next, thank you to Joe and also Nina, is Nina your minion, Joe? Yeah. Nina was with me when I was at Fleet and was excellent, and she now has joined, and we've now got 2 people. Again, not many clubs have 2 people working, doing rubs and treatment and things like that. So, really grateful to those 2. Again, as Elliot said, unpaid, and they're always there to help, and always asking who needs the treatment and then getting that sorted before the game, so there's no concern. So big thanks to them. We've actually got something for you too, if you'd like to come up. My last thank you, I've got, I won't cry or anything, make sure you don't, Sean, but since Sean came to the club, back in, we've had a checkered management team this year to do this, so I'm going to leave it at that. We've had, John McFarlane came in and we differed on views on certain things, and wasn't quite the right fit for us. Then we had our friend Mark Watson who came in, and again, it wasn't really the right fit for us. I think I'm not sure if it's me that people can't work with, it probably is, but you know, we sort of stumbled across each other a little bit, but we've now got my man, Mr. Activation, who's, all jokes aside, since he's come in, he's been absolutely first class. Me and him have hit it off spot on, and we agree on everything in terms of football, the way it should be played. We always want to go forward and play with a positive style. And again, long may that continue, mate. I appreciate everything you've done. So, from me, again, a big thanks, firstly for listening to me waffling on. Secondly, for all the support everyone's given to these lads this season. You know, I think they've deserved it. I think they've been a credit. The good news is that, you know, the vast majority of them are with us next year, pretty much all, with the exception of one or two maybe. And we're adding to it. It's very important that we don't sign 5, 6, 7 and break what they've got, which is the spirit and the heart and the togetherness that they've got. So there's a few characters that we're bringing into it to improve that. You know, can we go one step further, which is, you know, into the playoffs or higher? You know, I'm not going to scream and shout about that, but in my opinion, we're good enough to do that. So hopefully everyone's has a good rest of the summer, and then we can, 29th of June, we'll be back, we'll be working hard, and then we'll go and see how we can go. Thanks everyone.
Good. Thanks, guys.